Right? It's still there. The text is still there, but the meaning, barakallahu fikum, is abrogated. You have where the wording itself is removed. The wording won't be found in the text no more. Right? There's an abrogation where it is the wording that is abrogated. You will not find the wording. Give me an example. Na'am, the ayatul rajm. Right? The verses of rajm, as Umar radiyallahu anhu mentioned what? He said, kunna naqra'uha. We used to read that verse. Can anybody find that verse in the Quran? No. So that verse, barakallahu fikum, even though the ruling is still active. The ruling is still what? Is still, alhamdulillah, in the sharia, the rajm. But where will you find the ayat of al-rajm? You won't find it because the wording, barakallahu fikum, is not there no longer. Thirdly, and you have, when they both abrogation are combined, the wording and the meaning. The wording and the meaning. You won't find it no more. And also that the ruling is no longer there. Give me an example. No, that you still have that. You still have those. Where the wording, where the abrogation, the meaning is removed, meaning no longer to be acted upon. Right? But the wording are still there. وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ يُطِيقُونَ فِدْيَةُ طَعَامُ مِسْكِينٍ. It's still there. We're still reading. Are we implementing in that? No. No. Go ahead. Which one you want to say? Very good. Ahsan tabarakah. About the suckling. About the suckling. Go in more in detail. Hayakallah. Oh, mashallah. Hayakallah. Naam, the suckling. The hadith of Aisha radiyallahu anha. Where the suckling, barakallah fikum, used to be 5. But now that is abrogated. Now for the suckling, it has to be how many? 10. 10. Barakallah fikum. 10 times. But before the suckling was what? 5 times. Right? But now it is abrogated. But now, barakallah, it is 10 times. No. So alhamdulillah, he said, when he mentioned here, فَقَدْ نُسِخَا, that they have been both abrogated, meaning you cannot any longer practice that which is Christianity or Judaism. The ruling, barakallah fi, is removed. You cannot use their books as a reference no longer. Right? You cannot use their books nor their rulings any longer. But we believe that those books are revealed books by Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala. So he say, قَدْ نُسِخَا بِالْإِسْلَامِ, and what abrogates them is al-Islam. Right? What abrogates them is al-Islam. النَّاسِخُ وَالْمَنْسُوخ. So al-nasikh is what? Al-nasikh is? What is al-nasikh here? No, al-nasikh you have here. You have the Yahudiyya and Nasraniyya. And you have al-Islam. And you have al-nasikh wal-mansukh. Al-nasikh is that which is abrogated. Wal-mansukh is what abrogates it. Right? So here, al-nasikh is what abrogates, yes. Al-nasikh is what abrogates. Wal-mansukh is, barakallahu fikum, what has abrogated. What has been abrogated. طيب. So here, the Shaykh hafidhahullah tabaraka wa ta'ala here mentioned that there will be no deen. لم يبقى دين غير دين الإسلام الذي جاء به محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. There will not be remaining no religion except the religion that the Prophet عليه الصلاة والسلام came with. And from here, last week we mentioned about the closing of this line of closing, which is called what? The true religion. Right? It's, alhamdulillah, something that Muslims got to stay away from. Now, القارئ. وهؤلاء يقيمون الآن مؤتمرات لتقارب بين الأديان، ومع الأسف يؤيدهم من ينتسبون إلى الإسلام ويحضرون هذا المؤتمرات ويسمونها إيش؟ الحوار بين الأديان. وهؤلاء يقيمون الآن مؤتمرات للتقارب بين الأديان.
قال حفظه الله تعالى: وهؤلاء يقيمون الآن مؤتمرات للتقارب بين الأديان، ومع الأسف يؤيدهم من ينتسبون إلى الإسلام ويحضرون هذه المؤتمرات ويسمونها الحوار بين الأديان أو الحوار بين الحضارات وما أشبه ذلك.
The Shaykh Hafidhahullah, Shaykh Salih al-Fawzaan, he mentioned, he said that you find these people today, they will be establishing conferences or dialogues, conferences, seminars, symposiums and the likes of this. They will be establishing those and organizing those لِتَقَارُبْ بَيْنَ الْأَدْيَانِ, to bring about the religion, right? To bring them close to one another. And he said, what is unfortunate about this situation is that those who are helping them are those who they attribute themselves to Al-Islam. Those who attach themselves to Al-Islam. And he said, وَيَحْضُرُونَ, and they are, وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, unfortunately, they are partaking, they're assisting in those things. And you find these things, barakallah, with the isna and the ikna. They do the things, the likes of these things. The isna and the ikna, you find them, akhi, having no shame in regard to this. And all this organization, hizb organization, where they might be bringing, barakallah fikum, ain't got no shame to bring a pastor in the masjid. Or they have no shame to bring a rabbi in the masjid. No shame whatsoever. Wal-iyadhu billah. And he's saying they will be participating in this dawrat, in this mujtama'at, in this conferences and the likes. And they will call it, they will name tag it, or they will say, this is what they call hiwar bain al-adyan. This is the interfaith dialogue. An interfaith dialogue. An interfaith dialogue. Akhi, that itself is innovation. Because the Prophet ﷺ, indeed, during his time in Medina, weren't they Yahud in Medina? Yeah, they were. Weren't they Christian, Banu Najran? Yeah, they were. But did they have anything similar to this? That, let us all together, let's all come together and see how we're going to be close to one another. He mentioned, Hafidhahullah, he said, they will call it a civilization dialogue, or a conference in regard to having some common points of our civilization. What's the word? Having civilization dialogue, where everybody will come, from their own background, and we all come together and see how we're going to be together. And the likes of these things. And this is things that are seen, wal-iyadhu billah. These are things that are seen, wal-iyadhu billah, unfortunately. Yes. No, they will even want to have an opening. They will have everybody hold hands. Now, what is the dua that they're going to open with? Because I'm very sure the Yahud is not going to recite, is not going to say, Inna alhamdulillah. He will not say, Inna alhamdulillah, nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu. I'm very sure that the Christian will not do so. Even themselves, they will open it with the Fatiha. With the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, he will open up his statement with what? Inna alhamdulillah, nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu, wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina, as we all memorize, walhamdulillah. But you find this individual, when they start, they will say, let us all recite Fatiha. Okay, this is innovation, wal-iyadhu billah. Yes, the Fatiha is Quran, Kitab. But it is not that which is to be used to open, alhamdulillah, a statement or to open a lecture or a talk. But rather to open as the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam used to open with his statements and the likes. Now. And they are not, and this is a very important point, that these individuals are not coming together with the Yahud and the Nasara in order to point out the mistakes and the deviation of the Yahud and the Nasara. They are not coming for that sake. They are not coming together to do what? To point out the mistakes and the deviation and the kufr of the Yahud and the Nasara. They are not doing so. But they are only doing so. وَإِنَّمَا And they are only doing it to unite with them. They are only doing it, وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, to have unity, to cultivate unity between them, to bring about rectification in between them as personal level, not in regard to the religion. And this statement here is very important. Very, very important. For some time you find an individual, he said, I'm going to give them da'wah. I'm going to give them da'wah. Meaning, a person, alhamdulillah, he claims Salafiyah. He said, I'm going to this Hizbi masjid, and I'm gonna call them to Salafiyah. And you're gonna be there talking about this, talking about that, but you will never point out that which is their deviation. You will never point out where they deviated from the Sunnah. Yeah, you're cultivating them in certain things, but they still have this baggage with them. They still have this under their belt that is of deviation. That which, barakallahu fikum, will not establish them upon Salafiyah. But you won't mention nothing about those things. You will not mention anything in regard to that. You're going to cultivate in this and the third, alhamdulillah, good things. But you are not pointing out to those things that is of deviation that they have in them. So therefore, alhamdulillah, if one is, and it will be going to the likes of that, and alhamdulillah, that we all have to know our levels. We are safer around our brothers, our Salafi brothers. We are safer in the Salafi masajid. Let us not put ourselves at risk. Let us not jeopardize our hearts, barakallahu fikum. You and I don't have the tools to refute these individuals. They might have more Quran than us. They might have more lugha than us. They might memorize more Quran, more hadith than us. Then how are you going to look when this individual start quoting in front of you? Where you can even pinpoint that which he's quoting, whether it is from this verse or from the other verse. Whether this hadith is sound or it is not sound. So therefore the safest place, alhamdulillah, for the Salafi is in the Salafi masajid. That's the safest way. Don't add to their numbers, barakallah fikum. If you want to call them, barakallah, invite them to the Salafi masajid. Invite them to the Salafi masajid. And if you by any chance have to say something, say that which is in regard to their deviation. Don't keep it hush. Don't keep it hush and you're dealing about other matters. No, but rather deal that which is the issue. One of the students in France, he asked a long time ago, Shaykh Al-Albani rahimahullah, that there are individuals, they have a lot of respect for me. They invited me to their mawlud. Should I go, ya Shaykh? The Shaykh, he said, if you going, it is to tell them that mawlud is innovation. They don't have no business to gather together in regard to this occasion. Because that's the problem that they have. Right? As there is this qaida, they say, لا يجوز تأخير البيان عند وقت الحاجة. لا يجوز, it's not permissible to delay the clarification at the time it is needed. When the clarification is needed, it's not permissible to delay it. تأخير بيان عند وقت الحاجة. It is not permissible to delay That which is the rectification at the time where